Hey, what's up you guys? This is Sentai22 here. What do you think it would have been like if Saban adapted Hurricane Andros is not a great leader?
Super Question Time! Starts now.
Hey, what's up you guys? This is Sentai22 here. How you guys all doing? And welcome to another episode of Super Question Time, where I'll answer your questions. Anything Power Rangers, Super Sentai, or Kamen Rider, or even anime related, I will answer them for you. Also, this is the first time I will be answering Facebook questions, so let's get started now, shall we? Okay, now the first question comes from Justin DVD Land, and he writes, 1. What is your favorite video game of all time? 2. If you was a Power Ranger, what will you be? First question, oh crap. I gotta take this. Sorry about that, you guys. What was it? The first question, my favorite video game of all time has to be Sonic 2. I mean, when I first played this, and I probably told you guys this a few vlogs ago about this, when I first played this for the first time in my cousin's house in New Jersey, I was literally mind blown about this game. It was just so awesome. I mean, keep in mind, you know, I was transitioning from the NES to the Sega Genesis, and you know, the way that Sonic moved was just incredible. You know, and the platforming, the levels were just colorful and really awesome. And you know, and to this day, I still play this, you know, from time to time. So, you know, I consider this to be one of my favorite video games of all time. No offense to Mario, I love Mario too, but you know, I love my Sonic. I love it. And your second question, I would have to say either the Green Ranger or Shadow Ranger. But I preferably would like to be the Shadow Ranger, but I have to be a dog first, so you know, it's kind of a little bit complicated, but I'll pick the Green Ranger. So, Hop Beats DGs writes, if Go Busters made into Power Rangers, what would it be? 2. What do you think of Digimon? Power Rangers Special Ops. But, like I said before in my other Super Question Time, Saban is lazy with names, so I would have to say Power Rangers Spy Kids. And your second question, I like Digimon. I think the story is well written than Pokemon, in my opinion. I mean, even to this day, the newer seasons are, you know, they still follow that formula, whereas Pokemon just follows the same generic plots over and over and over. So yeah, I definitely like Digimon. But don't get me wrong, I like Pokemon too, so either way it goes, I still like both. Sonic the Hedgehog 1773 writes, hey, I have a question. I love that idea that you have for the American Kamen Rider Decade, but who do you think should produce it? Saban or the people that made Dragon Knight? So it would be called Kamen Rider. For those of you who know, my last Super Question Time, I did a kind of a little bit of a concept of what the American Kamen Rider would be like, and I used Kamen Rider Decade for the basis of the adaptation, knowing that, you know, they would get a lot of more profitability because they have so many different writers. And a lot of you guys did like the concept, some of you may not, but yeah, I mean, it was pretty interesting. And no guys, I'm not going to enter into any fan fictions anytime soon, although if you guys are into fan fiction, you can keep my ideas. I have no problem with it. So in terms of who should be producing it, I would have to say either Eddie Gazillion, I think that's his name, Eddie Gazillion, who's the producer for Power Rangers RPM until, you know, he got fired from Disney because of budget issues, and of course Judd Lin, who, you know, who took over. Both are amazing producers. I would just be amazed if they teamed up for this. But I would have to say either Eddie or Judd, but I would prefer Eddie. I mean, he does have a great story to tell. You know, it's kind of a shame he got fired, but you know, just to be on the safe side, I would probably choose Judd Lynn as the producer and John Tilligan as one of the writers for Power Rider or Kamen Rider, whichever they like to call it. You know, he was one of the writers for Ninja Storm all the way until the end of the Disney era seasons, RPM. I don't know why he didn't get brought back for the you know, Samurai or Megaforce. I mean, he does really awesome writing, a lot better writing than these other guys in the Saban era Power Rangers, in my opinion. So why didn't I choose Steve Wang as the producer? Well, the thing is that as much as he was trying to be faithful to the original Kamen Rider series as being dark, it just didn't work. I mean, in my opinion, it was just way too boring. As cool as Kamen Rider Dragon Knight was, it just didn't seem to have enough oomph, if you will. It didn't have a right balance of, you know, of funny, you know. I mean, it had its funny moments, but not that much. That's why I didn't choose Steve Wang. I mean, if they choose Steve Wang to do the new Kamen Rider series, okay, but I just hope he doesn't make it too dark. I want it to be kind of like a balance, if you know what I mean. Kind of similar to what they did with Den-O, but not with all the craziness, if you will, in Den-O. So, now, questions from Facebook. Ivan Hunter Gale writes, what would happen if Kamen Rider Wizard met Harry Potter? And no, not as a crossover team-up. Let me just say that the whole world would explode because these two sorcerers are not meant to be in the same world. I mean, seriously, just think of the consequences, and it's not a very pretty one, you know? Final question comes from Daniel Cardenas, and he writes, what is your thoughts on Robotech? I like it. I like the drama, I like the romance, the love triangle between Rick, Lisa, and Min-Mei. I mean, just imagine the size of the SDF-1. I mean, fitting an entire city in there is just crazy. The VF-1s, they're really awesome jets that transform to these mechas, really cool. I wish I had one when I was a kid. But unfortunately, it was in the Toonami days, so I don't think that they would sell them anymore anyway. So, but yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this very special episode of Super Question Time. If you have any questions that I missed, please post them again in the comments section. Also, I have an upcoming review of the Sailor Moon game for the Sega Mega Drive, so stay tuned for that. So this is Sentai 22, and thanks for watching.